Hey Cancer, welcome to your August monthly reading. We're going to get right into it. If this reading resonates, there is an extended link in the description box below this video that you can access if you like. So let's get right into it. What do we have for Cancer for August 2026? Okay, Cancer, this is an interesting reading so far. You have the Six of Wands to start you off for your situation. That's talking about victory. That's like you're winning someone over. You're coming out on top. You're feeling really proud of yourself. There's a lot to be celebrated here. You're being crossed by the Six of Cups, so you have two sixes. Um, the Six of Cups in this position talks about reconnecting with somebody, feeling reunited with somebody, and it's like a soulmate type of person, and it's in the challenge position because you're currently working on that. It's like you guys maybe are separated or you're at a distance from each other, but regardless, you are trying to bring the two of you back together. The person on your mind, the other person on the side of this other side of this soulmate energy, excuse me, has the 10 of Pentacles. So they see you in the same light. They see you as somebody that they could settle down with. They see you as quote unquote family. They see you as somebody who has it all, that they want to spend a good amount of time with you because you give them a sense of feeling at home. As far as your recent past, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is the single card. So in the recent past, you've been single, and then you're trying, as you might, to reconnect with somebody from your past. Uh, in your focus, you have the King of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacles here. That's telling me that you're also really focused on your stability, your security, your bag, your job, making sure that you can provide for yourself and that you're provided for. In the immediate future, what you can expect from this person, you have the Eight of Cups. Now, why would the Eight of Cups be here if it's the card of walking away from somebody? It could be that this person is walking away from something else in order to reunite with you. We're going to clarify everything and see. Or it doesn't even have to be another person. It could be that they're walking away from just something that's not serving them anymore. It could be a job. It could be they're moving to a new city, So we'll clarify. And their feelings for you, they have the Death card. So I am maybe starting to feel like it could be they're walking away from another situationship-ish thing here in order to reunite with you and reconnect with you. But let's just clarify and stop speculating and see what we get. Let's clarify the Six of Wands first. Why are you feeling so victorious? It's almost like I'm getting the sense that like you and like another person have been kind of like battling for somebody else's affection, and they are choosing you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the winner. Let's see. Okay, for the Six of Wands, you get the World, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, this has been very difficult for you. Whatever you're coming out of, and you're feeling like you're on top of the world now. It's after a long period of pain, a long period of stress and anxiety, and really losing sleep over this whole situation. It seems like something's come to a close with the World card, and you've started a new cycle. You've turned things around here, and it's looking much much better, but it was hard fought. It wasn't you didn't just like go to bed and wake up the next day and everything was better. It was a hard fought battle here, to get yourself out of this 10 of Swords energy. The 10 of Swords is like, it's very very painful, but it is ultimately temporary. It's not the end of the end, but it feels like it could be. Let's clarify the Six of Cups for your challenge. You get the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, whatever happened in the past, it seems like it left you feeling like you had a lot of regret. Um, you didn't want it to end. You didn't want to be in that Ten of Swords energy. It seems like you probably tried to prevent some sort of ending, but you weren't successful ultimately. Um, it really kept you, clinging to the past a little bit and feeling like you can't move on because you are in so much grief. And um, it does seem like whatever that was, you're now flipped around and you're noticing the two cups that are still standing. So you went through this period of grief after some sort of breakup or separation, and it felt like it was never going to end. It felt like it was the end. But in the month of August, it's turning around. You're noticing that there's still hope here. You're hanging on to that hope. You're feeling pretty victorious at the end of it. And you're feeling pretty confident and pretty good about this whole situation, I feel like, by the end of August. Let's look at the Ten of Pentacles for the person on your mind. This could be somebody that you used to live with. This could be somebody who you used to have some sort of family situation with. That's clarified with Justice, the Five of Swords, and the Tower. I almost get the feeling like this is a divorce. That's not for everybody, obviously, but it could just feel like a divorce. It could be somebody who you were in a relationship with for a long time that ended, and it's like that feels just as much like a divorce as a traditional marriage. But you have the Tower here with the Five of Swords, and that's a very sudden ending. That's a very sudden ending where you feel like the rug was ripped out from underneath you, and you can reverse the roles if it fits, if it's this person who feels like this. But one of you just felt like they were blindsided completely, and that the other one was really just looking out for themselves and wasn't considering the other partner here. It was like, no, this is what I'm going to do, and you have to accept it. Um, yeah, it just looks like there was a very sudden change here, and it was like there was a before. This relationship has a very definitive before time and a very definitive after, right? um the Five of Swords with the Tower is really just like feeling backed into a corner, feeling like um yeah, they're just looking out for number one, and number one's not you. This was very sudden. I almost get the sense that like you got thrown out of your home or something, or like I hope this isn't the case for anyone, but like your home like burned down. you know it's that type of energy. It's that feeling of like it's just all ashes. There's no coming back from this. You in the recent past have the Nine of Pentacles. That's clarified with the Eight of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Cups. It looks like you were just having a good time, like reuniting with your friends and your family and hanging out and putting in some hard work, like focusing on yourself, focusing on your money. It seems like you're still in that energy. That's nothing's changing here from the recent past to the current energy for you. Except for it's like in the recent past, you started getting a little tickle of an idea, a little tickle of a plan where you're like, I might could make something happen here. Let me look around and see who I have, what I have, how I can make this happen. Yeah, it's a really good energy. It's a very productive energy. It's the type of energy that you come into when you are getting over heartbreak, because it's like you either go like into the depths, like the dark night of the soul, or you throw yourself into work. I mean, there's other things obviously that people do, but those are two of the most common. Let's look at the King of Pentacles for you in your focus. This is like you want to be somebody that other people can rely on. You want to be super solid. You want to not have to rely on anybody else for your financial security, your emotional security. You want to be your person. You want to take care of yourself. You get the Hermit, the Moon, and the Queen of Cups. So that's you and you and you. This really, yeah, I'm starting to get the picture here. I do think that you threw yourself into work, or you threw yourself into a hobby, or you threw yourself into whatever brings you some sort of like satisfaction as far as like you getting your hands on something. Um, that's what calms your nervous system. That's what gives you a sense of calm within the storm and allows you to not have to ride those super emotional waves that come along with the Ten of Swords. Um, However, it's a little deceptive. And what do I mean by that? I just mean like it just buries the pain. It doesn't necessarily fix the pain. So the pain still rides with you. You're still riding that wave with the pain, but it's like underneath the surface and you're kind of on top, surfing on top. And certainly that's one way to do it, but eventually you are going to have to face whatever has happened here and process it in order to move on. And specifically, if your goal is to reunite with this person, because you can't just like pretend like nothing happened and you can't pretend like everything's fine when everything is not fine. It's so easy to, when you want, um, when you want to be positive and you want everything to run smoothly and you don't want to be a burden and you don't want to cause other people any sort of emotional pain, it's so easy to pretend like everything is fine in order to just move on. But the reality is, sorry, there's a fly. The reality is that creates an inner turbulence that eventually does come back up. And I know you know that, but just remind you, just reminding you. Let's take a look at the Eight of Cups for what you can expect from this other person in the month of August. You have the Chariot, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, I do think that this person is leaving something or someone else behind in order to reunite with you, in order to reconnect with you on some level. Um, like I said, they could be leaving a job that like takes them out of town or takes too much of their time away from their relationship with you. Um, I don't see another party here, honestly, but it very well could be. The Chariot and the Four of Wands is like, I'm going back home. I'm reuniting with the person who makes me feel like I belong, like to the place where I belong. This is like very determined energy after having to choose between two different things. That's the Chariot turning around and walking away from one thing that no longer is working for them and going straight towards you. And it's not happening super fast, just to let you know. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. He takes his time. She takes her time. Gender doesn't matter here. They take their time, is what I'm trying to say. Um, it's almost like I'm not quite ready yet, but I am starting to go in that direction, one step at a time. So I think in the month of August, you're gonna start. If you don't already have any information on this, if this is all just like news to you, you're gonna start. It's gonna start trickling in. You're gonna start hearing from this person. They're gonna start planting their little seeds and saying like, yeah, these are my plans. This is how I'm going to do this, etc., etc., etc. Let's take a look at this Death card for their feelings towards you. Death for their feelings towards you can mean a lot of things. It can mean that they are accepting the inevitable, and the inevitable is you're the one for them. It could be that they're feeling kind of caught between whatever they're leaving behind and whatever they're going to. It could be that they are having sort of an ego death, like they left and they're starting to realize that like that wasn't the right move for them. So death is clarified with the Two of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and Judgment. Yeah, they want to reconcile. There's no other way to read this. They want to reconcile with you. They want to come back to you. They want to reestablish your partnership and they want to start over. They want to plant new seeds with you. They want to build a foundation with you. I don't know if this is somebody who you previously had a foundation with, or if this is just going to be a totally new thing where you thought about it before, but it never really quite came together. But that is what's happening in the month of August. If this is resonating with you, Cancer, we're going to hop on over to the extended and look at what's hidden, if there's something that you don't know, any outside influences, what their intentions are with you. We're going to get an outcome, look at their hopes and fears, and on, pull a bunch of oracle cards. So meet me over there. The extension is in the description box below. And thank you for watching to this point. I hope you have a great month. Bye, Cancer.